Hey guys, today got another punter here. He sent in this requirement he wants to try and solve for. So he's got, please create a web app that takes the following inputs: a list of trucks with their ID number and their load capacity in cubic meters, truck spacing in minutes, time to load in minutes, and time in job site in minutes, time to unload in minutes, and return time in minutes, and creates a basic simulation animation of the trucks getting loaded at the plant, time to load, traveling to the site, time to site, unloading at site, time to unload, and returning to plant to reload, time to plant. The application should visualize the trucks waiting at the plant to get loaded, getting loaded, with the gap between each load based on the load spacing input, traveling to the job site, waiting for the line, and return to the plant. The simple black background on the basic factory shaped icon for the plant, an icon resembling a construction site to represent the job site, and icons that look like a little small truck to represent the trucks as they move around. There should be a summary showing how many cubic meters per hour are delivered to the job site based on the capacity of the trucks when they arrive. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I might use ChatGPT 01 for this. Advanced reasoning. Please review this requirement set and make it clearer. The purpose of this is to act as a prompt to build an application with AI. It's actually in pretty good shape as it is, but I'm going to see what it comes up with. Alright, so that's probably just improved the formatting. So he's done a really good job. Okay, so I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into Replit. Alright, let's see what it can do. I actually think it'll eat this one alive. I don't think this will be hard. It's actually not a complicated, this is a very mathematical problem. There's not a lot of prompt engineering, there's not a lot of text. It's really just a simple coding problem, really. And if you look over here, it's already written all this code. I don't know. Let's just try. So the number of trucks isn't showing how many trucks there are. We can't see the trucks. Okay. There is no visual indicator on the number of trucks being selected on the slider. The drawing shows the factory and the site, but I can see no trucks. You might want to show it as a circular track, so you can watch the animated trucks move around as per the timing information. You may also want to number each truck so they are visually appealing. Also, you need to start with the ability to define your trucks, because they will truck variables because each truck will have differing truck capacities, loading times, and travel time. The idea is to make a system to optimize this problem. Let's try that. So the complexity in this is going to be the trucks. And their respective speed. I guess if you had a big truck, it would take longer to load than a small truck, depending if the dozer was still large. So if you want that to work in amongst, okay, so we've got a maximum of 10 trucks. So if I have 3 trucks, Here we go, truck 2 and truck 3 and truck 4. Okay, so that's cool. So let's just do 3 trucks. We've got all these parameters in here. Going to 3 trucks. 1, 2, 3. Start the simulation. Now obviously it's going to take time, but I can't see a truck leaving the depot. Can you change the data type on the simulation time to just reflect seconds? And I cannot see any trucks on the visual representation moving. You might need a more sophisticated graphics tool to achieve this. Okay. No. On the visual representation, I now see no plant and site. What did he call it? This needs to be animated in alignment with the loading time, travel time, unloading time, and return time. The animated trucks should show their status as per the simulation time that's being taken. I'm going to have to add another feature, I think, to speed it up, because obviously if I've only been 121 seconds, okay, because obviously you're trying to model the whole system, and you can't model it in 20 seconds when you're testing. So I might need a button to kind of simulate it all being sped up. Okay, so I seem to have my plan and my site back. Alright, so what I might do is I might do one truck, and I might have 1 minute to load, 1 minute to travel, 1 minute to upload, 1 minute to return. Start the simulation. Yeah, I can't see the truck. Let's just wait 1 minute just in case it sort of pops up after it's... No. Can't see an animated truck with its number on it. Traveling from the plant to the site and back. Status indicators of what is happening. For example, being loaded, being unloaded on the truck, and a graphical way of seeing that status is important to the application. Your job is to help the user visualize the movement of soil from plant to site and back in a dynamic system. You may also want to add a simulation button that will speed up the whole simulation for a period of time so the user can see what's happening with the loading and unloading. You need to think about this problem as a civil construction engineer mindset. Alright. That's gonna hammer it. So we're having problems with the graphics. It's really interesting how you add these really humanistic and sometimes what happens is you give it all the information and it has a limit to the amount of code it can do. So you sort of got to do it in layers. It's adding bits and pieces. So this thing here so far has cost me $1 US. That's how much that's sort of the burn rate. And I think on Black Friday I got a deal, $10 a month, and then whatever you use. But they give you $50 worth of these credits a month. So, and then to run this application on the server costs about probably $6 a month for a dedicated server. Can you imagine trying to code this from scratch? Oh my lordy. It's working for its money on this one. It's working hard. Alrighty. We've got one truck. We've got a simulation speed. Let's do it 9 times. Let's start the simulation. Nah, I see no trucks on the drawing. I see no trucks on the drawing. Fuck are the trucks? At least the simulation speed's looking good. Alright. It might be a little error. Sometimes it, like, it'll write all the code, but it doesn't press the button to sort of turn it on. I'm not going to do it for this because it's a bit smart, but I might add a feature where I can upload the pictures of the trucks so the user can just change the trucks if they want. Can't see it. There we go. Now let's go. Let's make this faster. Okay, so we're loading. And okay, so it's sort of working. Okay. There is an error in the visual representation the truck needs to load at the plant and unload at the construction site, and the truck goes around the circle clockwise. At the moment, the truck is loading and unloading at the loading plant site. It's an error in the way it is being represented on the drawing. Please adjust. Alright. But we can see it's working. I think for brevity of the video, I'm going to do this one last thing, and then I'll wrap up. But I might continue on the problem in the background and give you an update. Okay. All right. Number of trucks, 2. Let's just make it 10. Start the simulation. All right, so we're loading. Okay, so I think it's got it the wrong way around. No. Now you have just swapped the pick up and drop off point to the bottom site. You need it to pick up the material at the loading site, the top of the circle, and drop it off at the construction site, bottom of the circle, and it should travel clockwise around the circle. Give it one more go. Okay. What I might do on this one is I might dial this back to 2. I might make this one 1, 1. Unloading time 1, 1. And then I'll make this one 2, 2, 2, 2. And then I'll speed up the simulation. There we go. So this first one's loading. And they're both traveling together. Unloading, they're unloading. Yeah. So the visualization on the returning is not working. So traveling to the site is correct, but the returning should be going from here to here. But look, I can fix that. So pause the simulation. Let's add 5 trucks. Start the simulation. Ooh. Anyway, you get the idea. I would have to keep working on it. I need a means to reset the whole simulation. Start again. Alright. Okay, so if it's giving me a reset button. So this time I might put 3 trucks, put all the standard parameters, I'll 10x the speed, we'll start the simulation. Loading the trucks. It's interesting. Okay. Now, when I add 3 trucks, I'm only getting 2. You need to make sure the user interface is picking up the specified number of trucks. Okay. Alright, so let's go 3 trucks. Make this 10x. So I should have 1, 2, no. I only see 2 trucks when I have 3 specified. This time I'm going to do 4 trucks, just to make sure it's not just picking up on. Sometimes what it'll do is it'll give it a number and it'll go and fix the number, but it doesn't understand that. So let's go 5 trucks. Start the simulation. Ooh. It's going to take a long time. Let's increase the simulation speed. This time I might actually do this. No, still only getting. Still only getting 2 trucks. Okay, so it's just written this. So it's looked at what I'm trying to do and it's ran a prompt and it's come up with this as a likely upgrade. So sometimes the path you get from start to finish in these apps is really kind of sort of random. It's sort of a choose your own adventure. Here we go. So we've got a number of trucks. We're going to start the simulation. Okay, so we've got 2 trucks traveling. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 4 trucks. Pause the simulation, increase the speed of the simulation. There you go, I've got my 4 trucks. Don't know why they're not in order. Unloading. Okay. When the trucks are returning, it's visually showing them going from the loading plant to the construction site, when in actual fact it should be traveling from the construction site to the loading plant in a clockwise direction on the circle. The logic of the app seems correct, but how it's being visually depicted is incorrect. Okay. I think what else I might add to this app is I might show a table that actually shows the status of each truck at each time. Just so that you can kind of, like, we're seeing it visually on the circle, but the animations are crossing each other. Okay. Alright, so we'll increase the speed. Let's start the simulation. We've only got 2 trucks now. Here we go. Unloading. That's okay. I'm not too unhappy with that. So it's loading again. Yeah, okay. That's working well. Could you please add a table with live telemetry of the status of each truck at any given time? For example, loading, going to site, unloading, return to site, loading, etc. Also, let's assume if two trucks arrive at the same time for loading or unloading, there could be a waiting status. Alright. Now we're doing some complexity. This is going to be a long video. Alright, so I'm going to do two trucks. So they're traveling. Waiting to unload. Let's give it a color coding scheme. Probably wasn't too bad in the first place. Alright. I'm going to do 5 trucks. I'm going to max the simulation speed. Start the simulation. Alright, 1's traveling, 2's traveling, 3's traveling. Doesn't seem to be doing it in order, but it's interesting. Alright, so unloading, waiting to load, waiting to load. Yeah, unloading. Oh, they can't all be unloading at the same time. In the logic, I noted that the trucks waited for the first truck to unload, then all of the others would unload. Only one truck can unload at any one time, so you need to stagger the unloading. There's your delivery rate. Here we go. Okay. I still would like this to go around the right way, but I'm going to be happy with this way for now. The other thing you can do is you can get this to a point, you can kind of save it, and then you can fork it. So that if you, because sometimes what happens is you kind of stuff it. See, it's taken my diagnosis of the problem and then it's actually written out, modify the simulation logic. So we're writing some more code. Alright, so I've got 2. So let's just do 3 trucks this time. 10x the speed of the simulation. Alright, so he's off, and he's off. Okay, so we're all traveling. So now what we should see is the first truck, the third truck's left first. No. Okay, in the logic, the first truck needs to be the first to leave, and the second truck is the second to leave, and the third truck is the third truck to leave. At the moment, it's the wrong way round. Truck 3 is leaving first, truck 2 second, and truck 1 last. The 2 final trucks are also still unloading at the same time. You need to fix this logic. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to 3 trucks, increase the simulation. I might actually change the times of these. 120. 60. So they should travel at different times. Yeah, it's looking better. Yeah, nice. Okay. I'm happy with this. Get it ready for deployment. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bug test all this. I'm just going to set it up. Yeah. Is it looking all shitty? The updated theme. Hard to see because I have dark backgrounds with dark text. Can you redo the theme to be funky, cool, and retro? This might completely stuff my application, but so now I'm, going to style it. So you can kind of see where it's doing it, the theme. So it's changing the theme and the client. Let's see. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's cool. Let's do an interactive truck performance dashboard. Why not? It's telling me it wants to do it. Yeah, nice. Alright. Didn't think of that. It's so funny. I know there's probably not many people going to be watching at this point, but probably only the person that's asked me to do it. But if you can learn how to do this stuff in your industry, my lordy. Yeah, I get that. So that's a trick there, guys. If you get an error, just copy and paste the error in. It goes away and looks at it and figures it out for you. And occasionally you can completely stuff an app like this as well. So like it'll just go somewhere. So it's not perfect. But you can usually, but there's these rollback points. So like if I don't like this, I can just roll back to here before I did it. So that's an important point. Okay. Okay. So if we put 5 trucks in the mix, we go full simulation speed. Theoretically, I should be able to see meters per hour of each truck. All right, let's start the simulation. So I should see truck 1 leaving first, hopefully. That's not good. Oh, here we go, yep. Truck 1, truck 2. And I wonder if these are still different. Yeah, they are different still. Interesting. All right, I'm ready to deploy. I'm going to send this over to the customer. And then just see what he thinks. See what feedback he wants to give me. By the way, I do this stuff for free, guys. So if you're in an industry, you want to solve a problem like this, I'm just going to show this to everyone. I never say the name of the person I'm doing it for. Yeah, it's just some time to learn. Some of these might turn into something. There might be a useful application. Some of them are just for entertainment. Yeah, all good. Let's deploy. Cool. So now deploy. Now I'm going to put on this one for the moment. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to change the name of this. So you blokes can't find it, but $6.40 US a month to run this. Pretty cool. Check it out.